Alright guys, I'm back with another chapter in Numbers. We're in Numbers chapter 3 where the header reads, the role of the Levites, goodness. Levites appointed for service. I'm hoping that the reading goes better than the start of this. So we'll jump right into it. We are in Numbers 3, chapter 3, and the header reads, the role of the Levites appointed for service. Here we go. This is the family line of Aaron and Moses, as it was recorded when the Lord spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai. The names of Aaron's sons were Nadab, the oldest, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These sons of Aaron were anointed and ordained to minister as priests. But Nadab and Abihu died in the Lord's presence in the wilderness of Sinai, when they burned before the Lord the wrong kind of fire, different than he had commanded. Since they had no sons, this left only Eleazar and Ithamar to serve as priests with their father Aaron. Then the Lord said to Moses, call forward the tribe of Levi and present them to Aaron, the priest, to serve as his assistants. They will serve Aaron and the whole community, performing their sacred duties in and around the tabernacle. They will also maintain all the furnishings of the sacred tent, serving in the tabernacle on behalf of all the Israelites. Assign the Levites to Aaron and his sons. They have been given from among all the people of Israel to serve as their assistants. Appoint Aaron and his sons to carry out the duties of the priesthood, but any unauthorized person who goes too near the sanctuary must be put to death. And the Lord said to Moses, look, I have chosen the Levites from among the Israelites to serve as substitutes for all the firstborn sons of the people of Israel. The Levites belong to me, for all the firstborn males are mine, on the day I struck down all the firstborn sons of the Egyptians. I set apart for myself all the firstborn in Israel, both of people and of animals. They are mine. I am the Lord. Registration of the Levites. The Lord spoke again to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai. He said, record the names of the members of the tribe of Levi by their families and clans. List every male who is 1 month old or older. So Moses listed them just as the Lord had commanded. Levi had 3 sons, whose names were Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. The clans descended from Gershon were named after 2 of his descendants, Libni and Shimei. The clans descended from Kohath were named after 4 of his descendants, Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. The clans descended from Merari were named after 2 of his descendants, Mali and Mushi. These were the Levite clans, listed according to their family groups. The descendants of Gershon were composed of the clans descended from Libni and Shimei. There were 7,500 males, 1 month old or older, among these Gershonite clans. They were assigned the area to the west of the tabernacle for their camp. The leader of the Gershonite clans was Eliasaph, son of Lael. These 2 clans were responsible to care for the tabernacle, including the sacred tent with its layers of coverings, the curtain at its entrance, the curtains of the courtyard that surrounded the tabernacle and altar, the curtain at the courtyard entrance, the ropes, and all the equipment related to their use. The descendants of Kohath were composed of the clans descended from Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. There were 8,600 males, 1 month old or older, among these Kohathite clans. They were responsible for the care of the sanctuary, and they were assigned the area south of the tabernacle for their camp. The leader of the Kohathite clans was Elizaphan, son of Uzziel. These 4 clans were responsible for the care of the ark, the table, the lampstand, the altars, the various articles used in the sanctuary, the inner curtain, and all the equipment related to their use. Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, was the chief administrator over all the Levites, with special responsibility for the oversight of the sanctuary. The descendants of Merari were composed of the clans descended from Mali and Mushi. There were 6,200 males, 1 month old or older. Among these among these Merarite clans, they were assigned the area north of the tabernacle for their camp. The leader of the Merarite clans was Zuriel, son of Abihail. These two clans were responsible for the care of the frame supporting the tabernacle, the crossbars, the pillars, the bases, and all the equipment related to their use. They were also responsible for the posts of the courtyard and all their bases, pegs, and ropes. The area in front of the tabernacle in the east toward the sunrise was reserved for the tents of Moses and of Aaron and his sons, who had the final responsibility for the sanctuary on behalf of the people of Israel. Anyone other than a priest of Levite who went too near to the sanctuary was to be put to death. When Moses and Aaron counted the Levite clans at the Lord's command, the total number was 22,000 males 1 month old or older, redeeming the firstborn sons. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Now count all the firstborn sons in Israel who are 1 month old or older, and make a list of their names. The Levites must be reserved for me as substitutes for the firstborn sons of Israel. I am the Lord, and the Levites' livestock must be reserved for me as substitutes for the firstborn livestock for the whole nation of Israel." So Moses counted the firstborn sons of the people of Israel, just as the Lord had commanded. The number of firstborn sons who were 1 month old or older was 22,273. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Take the Levites as substitutes for the firstborn sons of the people of Israel, and take the livestock of the Levites as substitutes for the firstborn livestock of the people of Israel. The Levites belong to me. I am the Lord. There are 273 more firstborn sons of Israel than there are Levites. To redeem these extra firstborn sons, collect 5 pieces of silver for each of them, each piece weighing the same as the sanctuary shekel, which equals 20 gerahs. Give the silver to Aaron and his sons as the redemption price for the extra firstborn sons." So Moses collected the silver for redeeming the firstborn sons of Israel, who exceeded the number of Levites. He collected 1,365 pieces of silver on behalf of these firstborn sons of Israel, each piece weighing the same as the sanctuary shekel. And Moses gave the silver for the redemption to Aaron and his sons, just as the Lord had commanded. And that's the end of chapter 3, guys. That was a long one. Whenever they add specific numbers in a verse, I really fixate on those numbers, especially when it's large numbers. You know, the 22,273 firstborns. God counts every hair on our head and knows the number of the hairs on our head. I can't help but think how important each one of those people were. And really all the Israelites, all of us. It's so important. And I think even though names weren't specifically shared, to have been counted amongst them, to be written down in the Bible, in the book of life, that how important you must be. And it really helps me appreciate my relationship with God and how much closer I want to get with Him, how much closer I need to get to Him, because, man, this place we call Earth gets me down. It really just bums me out. It's such a unique experience. Just all the things it has to offer, all the wonderful people, and all the fantastic things God sends our way. But to fight back against knee-jerk reactions, to fight back against frustrations, to fight back against the fleshliness of this place. You know, the bills and the frustrations and the ailments and the hurt and all that. It's interesting the impact it has. And I'll even just speak for myself. It's interesting the impact it continues to have on me, even though I'm chasing after Jesus. And I know that I'm not promised, when I follow Jesus, that I'm going to hit the easy button. In fact, it oftentimes is quite the opposite. I'm feeling the opposite right now. Very much so. And in a very unique manner, too. There's all these things that I take to God. And it's like those are the specific things. And I don't know if it's because I fixate on them, which is why I obviously bring them to God, which is also why it might frustrate me more because I fixate on them. But as a provider, providing for my family and money and time and resources and all those things, I can't quite get it right. I never have enough of what it feels like, all of them. I never have enough of any of them. And when I sacrifice some for the other, there's such a level of anxiety and lack that I have, it makes me more frustrated. And I take those woes to God, and I think that's important. And when I truly do that, I truly just feel better about everything and experience more of a carefree day, even if it's just for a moment that I take. But I know as soon as I take those worries back, I'm supposed to lay them at the feet of the cross and leave them there. Every once in a while, I double back and I go grab something, and I shouldn't. And it's so difficult not to do that. And you'd think that, well, why would you do that if it's just going to bring you misery? So that's a fantastic question. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So many people want to say, oh, that's the devil trying to work against you. I don't think it is. And if it is, all it is just showing God that you don't quite trust him as much as you think you do. And that's super frustrating, especially because I just want to trust him and not worry about all this stuff at all. Just trust him. I really want that because, man, worrying about all that other stuff, it stinks. It's not fun. I don't enjoy it. And so I'm going to keep moving forward, enjoying this holiday season, all the time that I have with my family, and stop focusing on lack. Because even with all these people that have been counted, ready to serve, ready to love, I know that the natural frustration is to think about lack, think about what somebody else has or what somebody else doesn't have. And I'm sick and tired of focusing on the lack. I'm over it. So hopefully, my New Year's resolution, if you will, we'll go ahead and start it today. What's today for me? The 23rd. I'm ready to start focusing on just the overflow that God has for me and that I'm currently experiencing. I just can't see it because I'm too stuck on the things that I want to have more of instead of exactly what God's given me, which is exactly what I need and more than I deserve. But it's tough. It's tough. On that note, have a good night. God bless. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll be back for chapter 4 of Numbers, where the header reads, Duties of the Kohathite clan. I love you guys. Have a good night.